Digital collectibles are far superior to physical ones. Now, physical ones are nice because you can set them on the shelf behind you. You can play with them. Of course, if you play with them, you'll ruin the value in them, but you can play with them and you can touch them and other things. But digital collectibles, you'll actually be able to play with in augmented reality. You will not be able to touch it, but also there's some downsides to physical collectibles. Number one, you have to store them and you run out of room to store things after a while. And every collector I know that's a serious collector over time runs into massive storage problems. With digital collectibles, you won't have that problem. Secondly, there's shipping problems. So if you're buying, hoping they increase in value, well, then when you go to sell them, there's some disconnect on the selling. There's a lot of break points there. Number one, the person doesn't know for sure that you'll ship it to them. Number two, they don't know if you're actually going to ship it in the condition that you're representing. So they're more reluctant to buy. And there's a lot of breakpoints in there. You might actually ship it to them, but in the country that they're in, their post office just confiscated it because they could. And the person who was the worker there just gave it to their grandchild. And the package just disappeared and it never showed up. Sometimes those things get intercepted and never reach it, especially in certain countries. So there's a lot of breakpoints in that make it so the collectibles have never really gone fully international because there wasn't a true international marketplace. So as far as cards and comic books, most of the comic book sales have mostly only happened in the US because you couldn't reliably get them to all over the rest of the world. And so nobody really started buying a lot of comic books in Africa, places where they have post office problems, or in parts of Europe, or it just didn't ever become a thing. And now that collectibles are going digital, everyone in every nation can have access to the internet. And because of human nature, we like to collect things that are meaningful to us. Well, these Marvel movies have gone worldwide and people all over the world are interested in these Marvel heroes. And they'll be able to buy collectibles related to those. And when green candles happen, meaning things go up massively, you will be shocked at how much attention that gets and garners. And you'll have massive fear of missing out. And you'll have people coming in and buying in huge waves the collectibles because they want to speculate on price increases too. But they're already buying at a high, hoping that they're going up higher. I like to identify things that I think are relatively low, nobody's focusing on, but all the right things are set up so that when money comes in the crypto market, the snowball is going to be massive for those. And that's where I try to focus my funds. This whole idea of digital collectibles is fairly new. And Vivi is one of the biggest pioneers in this. And they're leading the space in digital collectibles related to comic book type stuff, related to Marvel, Disney, because that's some of the intellectual property that they've got. And they've got their own app, the Vivi app, which is the leading app out there. It is on the iPhone, so you can actually get money transferred into your account through the iPhone or through the Android or through the computer. I use it a lot on my phone and computer all the time. And this is the app. And so you see they've got Disney collectible, Marvel, owned by Disney. They've got some unique posters. They've got digital comic books. This is a really big deal. And some people don't recognize this. Now, I know a lot of my regular audience recognizes this. And so I'm preaching to the choir here. But those that are brand new, just realize that there are a lot of digital collectibles projects out there trying to get top brands. And they would cut off their left arm if they could get a name like Disney behind them. So having Disney and having Marvel, in fact, they're at Comic-Con in New York this week, and they're sharing the booth with Marvel. That is a gigantic, epic deal. If you're working on becoming a millionaire through crypto, by becoming a solid and shakeable investor, check out these next videos.